Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Please share and subscribe, build our YouTube channel. That would be absolutely fabulous, and thank you very, very much ahead of time. So I'm your host, Wallis Patterson, and today, look at me. I've got my gorgeous, gorgeous earrings on and my beautiful, beautiful big cross, beautiful pearls. It's just beautiful. And a friend of mine, Jan, makes lovely jewellery, or has lovely jewellery commissioned and made, and this was one of her pieces, and these are her pieces as well as this gorgeous bracelet. So I wanted to show you those so you could see what I'm wearing today, plus the obligatory hat. And in fact, somebody said to me a little earlier, oh, well, you look like a Spanish padre, and I guess I do a little today, and I'm going to tell you why I do look like that. But before I do that, I'm going to show you the shoes I've got on. Are these gorgeous shoes from Seed, and they're beautiful. They've got bits of gold, and I do have a gorgeous little bag to match them. Put them on the Ritz, love fabulous. You all know that I love fabulous. So the title of this segment of Wednesdays with Wallis, and I don't know whether I did say it, my head's a little bit, furry today, but welcome to Wednesdays with Wallis. Thank you for joining me. Look, I thought I'd be back in time for me to, change my clothes and be a little, hopefully cheerful and chirpy. But that doesn't mean I'm not cheerful and chirpy. I am, and I wasn't going to say anything, but look, I'm going to share it with you because I'm wanting to have a group of people that we can all share and be ourselves with. The title of this segment is Eat Dessert First. I'm going to explain that to you in a minute, but I went to my friend Peter's. It was inspired today by my friend Peter, who passed away about a week or so ago, and I went and saw him before he passed away, and he didn't want anybody, he wanted a celebration of his life, and I did very, very well right up until the very, very last song, and it was one of whose was it? Whose song was it? Oh yeah, It's a Wonderful World. Louis Armstrong, and it was just absolutely fabulous. And that was when everybody raised the coffin bearers raised the coffin and walked it out to the hearse. I don't like funerals. I don't like going to funerals, but I promised him I would go to his requiem mass, as he called it, and it was lovely. It was lovely. It was a bit long, but it was very, very lovely. But anyway, on to more uplifting things. So I never got time to change. So this is what I wore today, and I didn't get time to change. So I've got my beautiful Mayuru black coat on, which I wear anyway. You can't see it probably too much from there. The lighting, I've got to get better lighting for, these things. And it was just gorgeous. But, years ago, somebody said to me, oh, life's too short, eat dessert first. And when you're young, you don't really think about it too much. You go, oh yeah. You don't really think about it consciously, but behind the scenes you're invincible and you're going to live forever. And like me, I always say to people, I thought I had more time to get older, and bloody well, here I am. No manual. And thank goodness they haven't given us a manual for it. I used to complain bitterly about not having a manual. I mean, God, why weren't we given a manual? Aging and getting old. But quite frankly, it wouldn't help because it would have been a sombre affair and I wouldn't have liked it at all. I don't want to be reading about all the things that can go wrong, like sore knees and things like that, which incidentally I have something done about in another few months. But who wants to know about all this? Life is too short. Eat dessert first. Let's all just get on with it and get going, get on with it. So life's too short. Eat dessert first is the theme of this segment of Wednesdays with Wallis. I want to encourage you to do that. I want to encourage you. I mean, even if you do it, not just metaphorically. I want you to think about, well, if you go out to eat or if you go somewhere, look at the dessert menu first. Maybe you want to eat dessert first and you don't want to eat the main meal first. Everybody else might be ordering mains. Maybe you want to order dessert. And I've done that, incidentally. And the other thing that I've done when I've gone out to eat at times is that I have looked at the entrees and I've thought, oh, the entrees seem way more interesting than the main meals, and I've ordered, 2 or 3 entrees rather than an entree and a main meal. I think that we forget we're the grown-ups in the room. We forget we're in charge. We forget that we're the ones who can decide what we want. And I think that's what I'm saying about life, eating dessert first. What is it that you want to do? I had a conversation a bit earlier, on the way home, actually. I was having a conversation about where do you want to live? What do you want to do? I mean, what are the sorts of things that you'd like to do? I think we all get a bit stuck with being locked in or thinking that things have to be in a certain way when they don't. They can be in whatever way you want them to be. So I guess what I'm saying here is I'm encouraging you to metaphorically eat dessert first. What are the things you want to do? Maybe you want to go to the movies, but, look, I'll be really out there in what I'm saying today because I feel like that. Maybe you want to go to the Pickies, but you don't want to go to the Pickies in Melbourne. You might want to go to the Pictures in Sydney. Why not? Why not? Maybe you want to have, maybe you want to go to an amazing restaurant for a fabulous lunch and you saw a place in Perth. I don't know. Why not? Why not? I'm encouraging you to think outside the box, and I'm encouraging you to think about things. It mightn't be as out there as that, but it might be something similar. It might be, oh, I'd love to go out and have a lunch and a glass of champagne, and you go online and you find one of the fabulous hotels that's putting on a special for lunch, and they're putting on a 3-course or a 4-course lunch, and you might want to take a friend of yours along, give them a surprise, tell them to dress up, you'll pick them up, and maybe pick them up in a cab, with nice leather upholstery, and you ride in a cab to the venue and you ride back. I mean, look, you can do anything you want to do. I'm suggesting to you, life's too short. Eat dessert first. Now, I have a couple of more minutes to have a little play with this whole idea of creative. So, I think I mentioned in one of the Wednesdays with Wallis recently that a friend of mine bought this gorgeous little bag. I'm a very visual person. I love visual things, as you can see. But she bought this bag, fabulous little leather bag, and it had a little scarab embossed on the front of it. And it was very expensive. And to add this really, and I'm into bling and glitter, and to add this lovely sparkly gold chain to it, that was an extra $300 or something. I looked at the whole thing and went, oh, Lordy, pardon me, that's expensive. So what I did, and mine was still not cheap, but it wasn't nearly as expensive as that little spend. So I went online to Camilla. I'm a bit of a fan of Camilla. I went online to Camilla and I bought this bag. See this bag? Don't you love it? It's gorgeous. And it's a Camilla bag. It's got tigers on it, animal print. I'm a sucker for animal print. Gets me every time. I bought a lovely outfit with this as well. But I bought this gorgeous bag, love, and I wanted a gold chain. Right? Gold chain. I wanted to add a gold chain to it, but I didn't want to spend $300 for a gold chain. So I went online and I had a look and I found a man overseas, and this is nice and heavy, this gold chain. It's not a little piddly little thing. It's lovely. It's very weighty and it's metal. It's heavy. It's not plastic. And so I went online and I found this man who has these beautiful chains, all sorts of things actually. Gorgeous man, and I ordered 2. I ordered this gold one, and I ordered a lovely, like a gunmetal grey sort of colour for something else. And I went online and I looked at the measurements of it, and look, I could have ordered just a little small one, and I might go back. I'm thinking about going back and ordering some more. But anyway, I ordered this gold chain, and these have become very, very popular. And what you do with these now, I'm going to stop talking. What you do with these now is you put them over your shoulder like this as a little bag, or you wear them up over your shoulder, over your head, and you wear them as a crossbody bag. And had I worn that today, wouldn't that have been a big hit? So, see what I did? ordered the chains separately. The chains were inexpensive. The bag was a little bit costly, but the chain was inexpensive to make it look amazing and fabulous, and it had all these gorgeous. So you could do that with anything. It's a simple little thing, but it's something that you could do. How's that? Did you get something from it? I hope you got something from it. I hope that the thing that maybe hit the deck and maybe got you thinking or running a little, and I was certainly a bit contemplative on the way home, not as much as the day when I went and saw Pete, but it does give you a little bit of a get on with it, get on with life. And it was a beautiful service, and I'm really, really thrilled to have been and experienced it and said my goodbyes and wished him well on his journey and his way. But life's too short, sweeties. Eat dessert first. What can you do? What can you dream up? What can you think up? And you may not be able to get it tomorrow or the day after or even the next week, but that doesn't mean you can't have it. And I want you to have it. I'm encouraging you to have it. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to our Wednesdays with Wallis, and I'll see you next week. And how fabulous is life? Get out there and let's do it, kiddies. Mwah. Thanks, darlings. We'll talk soon. Bye.